Welcome to the You're in Charge podcast, prioritizing your self-care without sacrifice. I'm your host, Heather Dumas, healthy lifestyle strategist, owner and founder of HD Transformations Coaching Company. I am passionate about helping you juggle all the balls and look and feel like a badass doing it. You would not believe what I've been doing for the last 6 months and how much it has changed everything for me. Walking. I know. It's probably seems like the most basic thing. At least it did to me. I used to actually make fun of people. Full disclosure, I made fun of people who walked on a regular basis for their exercise because I thought that you had to do high intensity interval training and you had to be like huffing and puffing and killing yourself with burpees in order to create change in your body. And so I mocked people that just walked and I was like, oh, that's not going to do much for you. And then I learned otherwise. It started with a commitment to my sweet dog who got told by the vet that he needed to lose some weight. So we started walking, and then I I enjoyed it so much, and it really started to create some physical change in my body, but more than anything, mental change. And so then I did what I always do, and I dove down the research rabbit hole and learned how incredibly beneficial it is for you. So, if you have been the type to be a little addicted to high intensity training, if you are workout until you puke type, um, I want you to hear me out. I want you to listen. I'm not saying you have to give those up. I certainly haven't. Nothing makes me happier than, working out until I want to puke, which other people are probably like, what the hell? Why do you want to do that? But it's really interesting because as I started walking, I did it without headphones or anything in for the first little bits and mostly by accident because I left him at home. Um, and I noticed how much my brain could just go. And I had all these great ideas. I solved these problems that I was working on without intentionally trying to think about them. And the other thing that really changed for me actually was I was having all kinds of hip pain. And I knew it was getting worse from my high intensity classes and stuff that I was doing. But as soon as I started walking, the hip pain completely went away. And I'm telling you, I spent months getting massages, chiropractic adjustments, stretching, all the things to get this muscle to release. And it would for temporarily, and then it would seize back up again. And wouldn't you know it, fucking walking is what fixes it. Are you serious? So we often overlook it, but the benefits are insane, not just for your health, but for your mindset. Um, in addition to, the obvious thing of burning calories, it's really good for your memory. It's really good for your brain health. It's really good for your longevity. It's good for your eyesight because when we are doing this, we are generally looking down at a screen, down at the computer. You don't generally look up at your computer screen, right? You certainly look down at your phone. And we tend to look at things that are really close to us. But when we're walking, we're looking around so we don't get hit by a car or we'll walk into a tree or whatever. And so it uses different muscles in our eyes. And it actually can slow down the rate of deterioration in your eyes that causes everyone to have readers when they're in their 40s, right? So if you don't want to have readers, walk more, look around. It actually exercises that muscle to keep your eyes from getting weaker at looking at things that are close up. So um, the other thing that it really did for me was like I said, help to reduce stress in and mental clarity in that, with our computers, we have all the windows open. We've got multiple tabs, but really the only thing we're focused on is the tab that's open in front of us. And in the background, those other tabs are still running, updating, whatever. Well, our brains are a lot like that. And so as we um, are walking and doing, people always say they get their best ideas in the shower. It's the same thing. It's because you're not actively looking at it. So if you have been dealing with a lot of stress, if you have been dealing with a lot of um, problems, whatever, going for a walk can really help to bring some clarity, not only just because it helps you get your thoughts straight, but it gives your brain time to go on in the background and just kind of solve problems without you actively thinking about it. The other thing is walking uses a lot of glucose in your muscles. So if you go for a walk after a meal, your body can work through and use that glucose in your muscles, and it is much less likely to get stored. So if you're trying to burn fat, walking burns fat while you're doing it, and then it allows your muscles to refill with the food you just ate. So going for a walk first thing in the morning can really be good to reset your circadian rhythm. You've got sunlight coming in, no sunglasses. It tells your body, oh, it's morning, it's time to wake up. It will help you sleep better at night. Okay. If you go for a walk after dinner or after lunch or whatever, it allows your body to process that food better and not store it. It also generates energy. When we use our muscles, our body realizes that we need more energy, so it creates more. So if you're feeling sleepy at your desk at like 3 o'clock, go for a walk. Get some sunlight in your eyes, even if it's winter, even if it's overcast, it will still help. Get some fresh air in your lungs, use your muscles, and your body will suddenly have more energy. It works way better than that, afternoon espresso, or I hope you're not drinking energy drinks, but if it is, I'll leave it alone for right now. That's another conversation we need to have another day. But um, it's really interesting. The other thing is that when we are outside and walking, we are in nature. We naturally, even if you're walking in like a city park, right? Even if you're walking in a neighborhood, you're still around some trees, you're still around some grass. And there is just something about our human biology that we become more relaxed, we become more happy. Our body just runs better when we are in nature. So it's really interesting. It sounds so boring. I promise it's not. And now I've gotten to the point where I am, I won't say addicted, but I really love those walks. And if I don't get them, I really miss them. So I go in the rain, I go in the cold. Um, I got a special pair of boots just to walk the dog in the snow so that my feet don't get wet and I don't slip and fall on my ass. Um, but it's really, really good for you. The other thing is if you want the, sciencey nitty-gritty stuff, it's zone 2 cardio, which I'm sure you have heard a little bit about. But in that state where you can have a conversation, but you're not, you're kind of like, it's hard to have a conversation. You're not panting, but you couldn't just talk and talk and talk and talk like I am now. Um, your body is slowly burning energy, which allows it to time to break down fat to use as energy. When we're in those high intensity cardio situations, it takes too long to break down fat for energy. So our body breaks down muscle after it's blown through all the sugar that is in our system. So that's why it's not good to do too much high intensity stuff. Um, I can't emphasize enough how much benefit and how great walking has been. I've lost body fat. I've lost a ton of stress, um, mental clarity, bonding with my dog. um, just overall, like general sense of happiness comes from that. So if you've kind of been in a funk, if your body's not responding to what you're doing, if you have random aches and pains, go for a walk. Do it on a regular basis for a couple weeks and then get back to me. I guarantee you things that will have improved in a positive way. Your stress will have gone down. You probably lose some body fat, although be patient with that because it does take some time. But you're going to feel better. So, and your dog will love you more if you have a dog. And if you don't, you should get a dog. So you have somebody to walk with you. But don't take your headphones, don't take your sunglasses, put your phone on do not disturb or whatever. But try to just take some time every day. Um, my challenge to you is to do this for 2 weeks, every single day for 2 weeks, at least 30 minutes. After that, I want you to reach out to me and let me know how it went. As you're doing it, just for fun, tag me on your social media. I want to see you walking. I'll tag you back while I'm walking and we can share our walks together. So Simple, easy. I'm a recovering high intensity addict and I have embraced walking and love it. And I want you to do just the same. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you're in charge. You're the only one who can create the life and the body you desire. You and only you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to cheer you on and occasionally to give you the kick in the ass you need to make it happen. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you found value in today's episode, please hit subscribe. It'll bring all the newest episodes to the top of your list. You won't have to worry about it. One less thing. And I would love for you to share it with your most stressed out, frazzled friend. She needs it even more than you do. If you have a question or a topic that you'd like me to cover, reach out, shoot me a message on any of the socials or directly on my website. I would love to hear your idea, your question, and I'm always looking for new ones. Until next time, keep being the badass you are, and remember, you are in charge.